Okay, and we're back. And sorry for starting the stream late. Like, I literally just woke up. Okay? So, I delayed for like 15 minutes. Okay? And during that time, like, I get, wash myself up. Okay? And yeah, really sorry about that. Okay, anyhow, back to the life and suffering of Sir Brante. What happened was, in the last stream, it was a huge pain. Okay? What I meant was, we tried to help out the Lawless, and we got betrayed by Sophia. It turns out that she planned this all along. Well, it's not she planned this. She's not the mastermind behind all of this. She's the ringleader of all of this, in terms of that she's a puppet for Philippe, this guy. Wait, is he in our relationship? Yes, I think so. Okay, he's the he's the mastermind, and he's advisor to the secret chancellery. Okay, a lesser known but powerful official entrusted with the task of protecting the empire from unrest and dangerous plots of all kinds. The guise of unassuming nomad of the sword, conceals a man who wields incredible authority and controls spy networks that span the entire empire. So, it seems that this guy, he's controlling Sophia, and Sophia she was caught and was sent to the House of Humility, but she was probably mostly tortured, and she was afraid of that. And Sophia now, she's more of a cynic than somebody who believes in the cause. And I got annoyed the fact that she said, how can we are trying to start again, and it's not what we did in the empire, in the capital. Okay, and Sophia basically tried to said that how can you do it if you don't believe it? Sophia, you said that in front of us, knowing that you betrayed the whole Lawless. I really can't believe it, man. Okay, and I feel like, is there a chance your heroic act gave Sophia a faint glimmer of hope? Will she really be, a fight for the cause? But we met with another person, Alida here, the last straw insurgent and conspirator hardened by the old order, one of the first to join the last straw. Alida here is that the reason why she joined us, okay, is because her sister was murdered by the Trial of the 50. Trial of the 50 is basically, I would like to say is that they try to punish the old who believe in the old in the new teaching. Okay, and since now we're back in Adazot, we also have to deal with our family as well. Okay, so I think it's better to take out the destiny and show you. Okay, glory to the empire, farewell. You held the magistrate regain control of Adazot in exchange for protection against these essentially. I will definitely I'll go with the pre-city, okay? Because Mayor Egmont, it seems that he had plans for the future. So I just need to foment unrest, okay? And okay, I think we should go to Mayor Egmont. Mayor Egmont is a wealthy and powerful industrially based in Adazot, lead representative of the common estate in the Magran Lesser Quorum. Seeking to protect the rights of the common folk, he nevertheless acts carefully and in moderation. A shrewd negotiator in matters of governance, he's always one step ahead of his opposition. I believe that Mayor Egmont will be, our biggest confidant. Well, anyhow, we need to at the same time manage our family as well, because a family of means. we are very wealthy. Okay, mother recovers. You see that mother's gonna be sick, but we can somehow make it. Gloria Brante. Robert adopts Gloria, and she becomes a full-fledged Brante, branded by dishonor. Like, Stephen right now, he kinda like try to bring the family to the mud as well, a bit. You find a way to unite the Brante family and end all strife at home. Gloria not retro, Gloria's not secret plot. Oh, Gloria's not secret plot? Stephen kill in a duel? Stephen Brante secret plot. I think like this is gonna take some time. Like maybe another year or two. Don't worry, we still have a lot of wealth because we are owner of a print shop. Okay, and we managed to spread out we managed to make a book about the poems, and we made some fortune out of it. Like, see, just one more and we'll be rich. Okay, so let's get back to it. Okay, so not an old friend. Night is falling over Anazot. The stifling heat gives way to an eagerly anticipated freshness. After a day at work, you stroll home at a leisurely pace. You turn down a side street that you have known since you were a little boy. It is as if your legs are acting on their own accord, bringing you to the place of your childhood play, the remnants of the wooden fort. So much has changed since the days when you used to play here with your little friend. Engrossed in your... I knew it! Engrossed in your memory. At first you fail to notice that you are not alone here. A tall figure in the uniform of a Legion officer approaches you. You see unruly brown hair and a twinkle in his eyes. It is Thomas. For Thomas, we're still, having friendship with him. Bound by friendship. I wonder how he would change. Now that's a surprise. Hi Brante. Fancy running you into town. I'm back into the moment. I'm back in town. Your childhood friends put his arms around you. Since we're bound by friendship, most probably like if we go for other maybe if we end the friendship there, he's probably gonna be acting very cold towards us. Our battalion got transferred here recently. We're under the command of Margaret Legion now. I'm keeping the peace and maintaining the order in my very own province. Now, most probably, why he's here is that, okay, where's the province? Is that this, the overseer is Gaius Tempest. And remember, this place here is, Anazot or Magra. It is under the Tempest, it is under the Melanidas. Melanidas, right? Yeah, it's under the Melanidas dynasty. So the fact that Gaius Tempest is put into power here, like it caused great strife, because right now, like both Gaius Tempest and the Archduke Melanidas is trying to both basically Gaius Tempest is basically saying that, hey, I'm the new overseer, but then Archduke Melanidas is saying, hey, this is my province, get the hell out of here. So like they argue and both doesn't want to give up, and at the end the people are suffering. Because why? Because they have to be they are subjected to double tax, one from the overseer, one from the Archduke, and it's fomenting unrest. And it's also ruining the wealth of Magra. Okay? Like, I want to keep Magra, affluent. But we'll see how. We're gonna give more power to the people. Like, I'm aiming right now to aim for the Last Straw Riot and the Free City. Both of this together. Well, I can't do the rest. Okay, glory to Empire, because I want to bring the spy network. Farewell advisor, free man. To get favored by the overseer, this is hard. Okay, because favored by the overseer, where is it? Hmm. Hmm? Favor by the overseas. Ah, there it is. Like, your reputation must be at 8. We are at 1 now. So, it's very hard. But I think, like, with me, the free city, we can, like, protect ourselves from the, we can protect ourselves from, Philippe. Hopefully. 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 Okay, let's get back. Well, why don't we catch up? Let me buy you dinner. We have a little chat. You remember the old days. Thomas cut himself short. You suddenly notice how much older he looks. His face has become sharper and rougher. His eyes are filled with exhaustion rather than their usual mischievous sparkle. I should warn you, Totsukamu. I ain't the best company nowadays. I've managed to get myself some powerful enemies already. I'm a friend who could taint your good name. So if you'd rather not be seen with me, well, I understand. The smile on his face starts to fade. Walk away. Okay, have dinner with Thomas. I wonder why he said that. You gave Thomas your hand. You shake hands firmly. So you haven't forgotten your old friend Brante. That's the way you ought to be. Well, come on then. You go to a tavern, reminiscing about the childhood antics on these very streets along the way. You chose a table in the far corner of the tavern. Thomas ordered a bottle of good wine and some food. You talk about your latest case, about your first years back in Anazot. You share family news, your quest to become nobles of the sword, and quarrels between elder brother and sister, your mother's health. Thomas nods with concern. Silent yet some tough times. Your family has always been different. Mine, on the other hand, is the same as always. My pa is always in his workshop, and my ma is doing chores. But look at me. I came home a service class nobleman, although it doesn't bring me much joy. Thomas is suddenly grim. You ask your friends to share his troubles with you. He quickly glances around the room and lowers his voice. Well, I'm a captain in the Magran Legion now. Who's our commander? His accent. Darius Auden. That's right. I served under the very same Archer whose toes I stepped on back in Eterna. I'm afraid things are gonna end real bad. But hey, I'll figure it out somehow. Don't worry. I got your back. Don't trouble yourself over it. Apart from that, well, it's the usual service. We impose order in the uppity towns and villages, protect the province, and that sort of thing. And we run drills all day long, obviously. If only you knew how sick I am about the barracks, Kamo. I thought about starting a family. My mom keeps telling me to find a nice girl to marry. She says it's high time I got hitched. Okay, first thing first is that maybe we can use him, like, to be on our side and, dethrone Darius on, so that when we were planning for the riot, like, Thomas will be our confidant, and we can somehow make him like, I think he can believe us, because, like, what I'm trying to do is this one here, the free city, where the common folk will be in charge. Okay, and when that happened, like, you say, come on, Thomas, you remember you're also a part of the lawless. Well, now he's a nobleman. Don't you think that we should give right to the common folk? If that were to happen, I bet that he's sympathetic, and that way he'll be by us, and hopefully we can dethrone the Arcan Empire. It is completely dark, and you're still talking. Finally, Thomas remembers that his parents are waiting for him. You get up from the table, leaving some dirty dishes and quite a few empty bottles behind. On your way out, you catch a glimpse of the nondescript figure following you to the door. As you walk alongside Thomas through your home neighborhood, you keep glancing over your shoulder, but that shadow that was following you has disappeared. You reach a street and stop for a while in the semi-darkness between your family homes, just as you used to all those years ago. My Brante, I hardly ever come to Anazot these days. Our battalion is always on the march all over the province. but the twins willing, we'll see each other again real soon. We're already at max. You advise your friend to safeguard his everyday life. Huh? Oh shit. Uh-oh. 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 The gunpowder plot. You're sitting on a solitary bench in a gazebo in Archduke's garden. Tall lanterns spread their dim glow in the cool evening air. When Gaius Tempus became the overseer of Magra, one of his first edicts granted the commoners entry to the Archduke's garden. At that time, many Magrans saw this gesture as a sign of future change. But unfortunately, the right to visit the Archduke's garden is the only new right the commoners now enjoy by the grace of Overseer Tempus. It does a little to ease the burden of double taxation or the need to work with the mines without gunpowder. A serpentine stone-paved road leads to the gazebo. Many flower beds are nestled in the bends and coils of the elaborate path. In the distance, on the other end of the path, you finally see Sophia's silhouette. She takes a look around, then steps over the low fence and walks to you through the flowers. I have trouble finding you here, Brante. Let's meet in one of the usual places next time. It isn't safe here. You agree. Although you are sick and tired of the stuffy basement rooms and trash-filled ruins, where you typically arrange to meet the leaders of the Last Straw cells. Okay, let's get to it. The Last Straw needs gunpowder. We could really use some. If we had gunpowder, we could blow up the Emperor's statue in the Golden Square, or the wall of the city armory. There are all kinds of stuff we could do. The thing is, you can't find it anymore. Even owning it is forbidden, thanks to the Overseer. Magra Industry has had to swallow a bitter pill and trade their fancy new gunpowder for good old shovels. Except not everybody got rid of it. Lucky for us, right? That new friend of yours, Mayor Eggman, he's a resourceful fella. He started buying gunpowder by the barrels some 20 years ago to work the mines. He still uses it in his mines, but late at night, so nobody finds out. There's a warehouse where they keep a mountain of that stuff, Brante. We need to get our hands on it. If you can get Mayor to hand it over on his own, all the better. But if he digs his heels in, you'll just have to pay the warehouse and a visit and grab it. Done deal. What do you say? Make a deal. May Eggman has every reason to trust you. You are confident you can convince his own nephew to share some of gunpowder with the underground. I think this is for the best. Like, we want him to be on our side. I want him to be our confidant. Sophia can rest easy. You promised to get her the gunpowder. Alright, Brante, I'll leave this up to you. You're meeting them with Mayor Eggman in several days. For the 4th time this month, in fact, after the deal you struck with him at the warehouse. You have to maintain utmost secrecy every time. You arrive at the usual meeting place, the Black Bread Tavern. Thick drapes hide your table from prying eyes. Eggman is already there, ready to begin his usual dinner. Roast goose with vegetable and a pitcher of young wine. May he consume his food without any obvious pleasure? It must be an old habit after all. Pleasures are forbidden to the common estate. You cannot help but to imagine grandfather's outrage seeing such a lavish feast for a lowly man. After a brief exchange of pleasantry, you get down to business. Your people need gunpowder, and you know Eggman has some. The aging businessman puts down his knife and fork and dabs at his lips with a napkin. His eyes, however, study you intently all the while. How do you know that, Brante? Who else knows and what you just told me? I trust you, but can I trust your people? You assure Eggman that his secret is safe with you, but sooner or later, the secret chancery will find out about the illegal use of gunpowder in his mine, and exploit it as leverage against him. The industrialist's fingers drum a nervous rhythm on the table. He sighs. You're right. The risk is too big, I suppose. I'll have to keep my appetites humble, even if it means closing down several mines. As for your quest, I don't think I can agree. Gunpowder will make it obvious that I was involved. I'm not going to ask how you plan to use the explosive, but you're bound to make some noise. The Chancellery will take note of it, and then they'll come after me for sure. But you're already plotting a revolt, you tell Eggman. This path leads to the gallows, one way or another. If the revolution fails, there's no escape. There's no way to escape execution. The die has been cast, victory or death. It is too late to be afraid of the Empire now. And when the explosions shake the city, your destiny will be decided on the streets, not in the dungeons of the secret chancellery. Edmund thinks for several minutes, then he finally decides. Very well, Brante. You speak the truth. This is worth the risk. I'll give you 5 barrels of the powder and get rid of the rest at once. Good luck out there, Brante. Use this weapon wisely, and be careful with it. Gunpowder is an insidious and unpredictable force. It doesn't care who or what it destroys. Now, there's one thing that I want to say. This is like, it's only like a scene back when we were young. Okay, father, was busy at the time because Archduke Melanidas, what they did is that he actually forced them to mine faster, and the thing is, it caused a lot of people to die. Okay, now that's not the important thing. The important thing is that those who are died from it, the mine blast, okay, they didn't get reborn. Remember the twins, okay? The twin have the ability. Let me bring it. Okay, the twins have the ability to bring you back from death 3 times. Okay, so the 4th death will be a true death. But could it be that the gunpowder, basically, is the one killing it, can give you true death? Okay, because right now I doubt they made guns yet. I got a feeling that the revolt, okay, the revolution, basically the final chapter, is the invention of gunpowder, the invention of guns. Maybe. Okay, let's continue. A few days later, you transport the barrels to your secret warehouse. No other soul must ever know where you are hiding this perilous cargo. The power of destruction now rests in your hands. You feel excitement and a touch of dread. Diplomacy. I thought I would actually need to use something like money, but can't believe that we got it just by talking. Wish they could give us more, but moving on will be just too much, I think. The call of the ancestor. Today is a big day for the Brante family. The day your family line started, the day where you remember all your ancestors. Tonight, everyone who bears the name Brante must descend into the family crypt to keep vigil by the tombs. It is time to surrender yourself to the ancestor and hear their will. The entire family prepares for the event in silence. Stephen has been choosing his apparel this morning, crying anxiously under his breath all the while. The heir has a special place in the family vigil. Your mother is planning to go with you, even though father tries to talk her out of it. Lydia, I beg of you, stay home. You are far too weak for an all-night vigil in the crypt. Gloria, would you be so kind to stay with your mother since you cannot join us anyway? Gloria answers in a muffled voice. As you wish, Sir Robert. The late Sir Gregor will only be enraged to see Mother there. We all remember how their last encounter ended. Yeah, what happened is that Gregor died trying to get revenge on Lydia. Well, this is not they fall in love and he's against that. So could we really say that she did something? Oh well, I bet that because like we can still feel like grandfather's will there. So like grandfather's will in the crypts. When we are about to take the blood tide. Father nods curtly, avoiding Gloria's gaze, but at that moment your attention is drawn to a noise in the foyer. Nathan staggers through the door, stumbles over his own feet. He reads some cheap wine and fails. I'm not late, am I? Everyone gazes at him in consternation. Nathan almost falls into Mother's and Gloria's arms. Distressed, they fuss over him. Stephen eyes his youngest brother coldly. I expect nothing more of you, Nathan. Why even speak of your duty to your family when you can't even manage to live by the commonest lot? Go lie down in the pantry and stay out of your sight. Father, Scamu, it's time. Let's go. Alongside Father and Stephen, you descend into the family crypt. You cannot help but remember your last respect to your grandfather 9 years ago. You light the lamps, dim, eerie flames illuminate the shrine. In the middle of it stands a magnificent stone tomb containing the long decayed remains of Gregor Brante. You take your time around the crypt and kneel. The all-night vigil has begun. At first, your ancestor remains silent. Each of you is left with their own thoughts. Then, a low murmur passes around you. The shadow in the corners of the room deepens. Damn, this is creepy. The voices grow stronger. You know that the ancestor of Gregor Brante, a long-forgotten commoner whom you never knew, are trying to talk to you. Now, give me a second. Sorry about that, there's a cough. But now, a memory of them has come to life in the darkness of the crypt. They are pleading for something, demanding it of you, calling out to you, screaming. Finally, you all hear that painfully familiar, deep, imperious voice echo from the far end of the chamber. It's been a long time since I've seen you all. I hope you bear good tidings. All this time, I remember waiting for you to fulfill my mission. Remember, as long as I am in your body, in your blood, I will give you no peace. I did not have my family ennobled to see our line cut short. Our blood tide must join the grand flow of the empire, and then each of my descendants will inherit nobility forever and ever. Now, we kind of screwed up just now. Family falls apart. It's not that. Wait, family outcomes. Branded by dishonor. The Brante name is dragged through the dirt, never to recover. Because right now we're at 0. This is bad. This is bad. We've gotta like improve our reputation soon. But I do not see any of you before my tomb. Were you all hiding? Where is the head of our family? The man who will speak to me? Where is the man who will heed my will? Father rises from his knees and makes his way towards grandfather's stone tomb, the source of that booming voice. But Stephen suddenly pushes him out of the way. Father takes an indignant step forward, but Stephen firmly bars away. Stop it, Stephen. You are my heir, but you're not the head of the family. Yet. Father, it is not you that Sir Gregor is addressing. Earning the nobility of the sword is my duty to him. He has long forsaken any hope in seeing you achieve it. He must understand that I'm the one who will fulfill that duty. I would like to see like this part here, where you know what will happen if we become the nobleman and like challenge him. Stephen does not let him pass. Father breathes heavily in anger. You can all but feel the frantic beating of both their hearts and resonating somewhere within you. Both your father and brother seem to have forgotten that you are here too. Even the restless voices of your ancestors have become hushed, waiting for the outcome of this confrontation. Path of the nobleman. blood side. Side with father. You block Stephen's way. Your ponderous voice fills the dark crypt. You demand that your brother step back. The head of the family is your father, Robert Brante, and so it will be as he lives. Could your brother have forgotten that it is part of the noble lot to acknowledge and honor seniority? Your father is the man who must hear and accept your ancestors' will. Stephen tries to maintain his composure, but in the dark you can see his face twitch. Brother, you don't understand. I'm not defying my father's seniority. I'm the man who bears this duty to our grandfather. I cannot remain a mere witness to while the future of our blood side runs through our fingers. You resolutely push your brother to one side. Whether he wants to or not, he will give way to the head of the family. Father catches his breath and approaches his grandfather's tomb. Give me a second. I need to wipe. Like I told you, I just woke up for this, and it seems like my eye is acting a bit. I'm straining my eye a little bit. So it's you, Robert. Have you come to disappoint me yet again? Stephen is right. I have not put my hopes in you for quite some time. If anyone will lead Brante's family to glory, it will be my grandson. Stephen clenches his fist and whispers something to himself. I'm doing my utmost, father. We are closer to becoming noble of the sword than ever before. The overseer looks upon us with favor. Just a couple more years and your dream will come true. Now, this part here is that Robert has been really working hard, okay? And like, there's a line there somewhere saying that your father is the most hardworking nobleman they will even put an Arkney to shame. He worked from day and night just to as a judge. Like, Robert's been really a good both a good serviceman and also a great father. This must be your dream too, Robert. But you still cater to your foundlings, Lydia and Gloria, risking a permanent blemish upon the Brante name. My name. Dead though I may be, my line lives on. Heed it at last. Get rid of that trollop Gloria and devote yourself to your true family. Otherwise, you will lead your family to shame and ruin. Father hesitates for a moment. No, father. This is impossible. Even I must defy your will. I'm responsible for Gloria, and my honor and conscience will not allow me to do what you demand. You must accept this or keep fighting me for all eternity. The voice of your deceased ancestor fades away. He seems to have left this realm, but then his voice suddenly boomed from the other side of the crypt. Like, the only one in this crypt is him. Stephen, you are the heir of this family. Your duty by blood is to earn us a place in eternity. Do not take after your spineless father. Do what must be done. Cleanse our family of wickedness. Stephen is shivering. He replies in an unsteady voice. But Gloria, I can't. Stephen checks himself. I will do my duty to my family, Sir Gregor. Whatever the price, I will pay. The crypt is completely silent once more. You are alone again. You see tears glistening on Stephen's face. Without uttering a word, he goes outside. I got a feeling now that that we're going to know who's the real father of Gloria soon. Now, who is it? My bet, it is somebody from the Melanidas family. Father clasps his arms firmly around you. You feel him let out a sigh of sorrow and relief. The vigil is over. Unity 9. Willpower. It has been a month since Sophia left the city on Philippe's urgent orders. You have no idea where she went. Until she returns, the last straw has been laying low. You had to tend to the print shop all by yourself. Oh my god, this is why I'm scared. This is why I'm scared. Because we are quite at a terrible relationship with him. So he might stab us in the back. I'm trying to avoid that. Like, at least until, you know, we prepare ourselves, you know, for the last straw riot. Early morning. Father Fuad Father Fuad welcomes you to the print shot. He looks like he was asleep just a moment ago himself. He gets up from his makeshift bed of crates and beckons you closer with a finger. Brante, I got something to tell you, young man. I gotta, like, for Father Fuad, I would like to, you know, like, speak in a reggae kind of, like tone. So I made my rounds last night, so to speak. I stopped by a few flop houses, hit a few taverns, and other dens of iniquity. And I met a young man we could use. Not sure if I can trust him though. His name is Gustav. He told me he comes from Eterna. Says he's on the run from the secret chancery. He insists he was with the underground there in the capital, the Ruthless, they're called. They are responsible for that march of the callers 4 years back, dude. So Gustav tells me the Lawless were nabbed by secret chancery, spooks after their march. He thinks the Anazot underground could be in danger too. Trouble is, that's all he told me. He's not an exactly trusting fellow. I think one of us should talk to him and find out who he is and what he knows. He looks shady if you ask me. But maybe we could use him here. What do you say, young man? Thanks for the information. You will think about how to meet Gustav yourself. Just give me the word, young man, and I'll set it up. Fuad bows, stretches, and walks off to the printing press. You sigh, trying to steady the furious beating of your heart. Gustav was one of your trusted agents back in Eterna. Okay? If he gets too friendly with the last straw in Anazot, your name will come out eventually. You do not think Gustav ever found out that the Lawless were established on Philippe's order? But still, he knows that you are deeply involved in the march. That alone might be enough for him to dismantle the cover story here in Anazot. You need to deal with this problem quickly as possible. Like, all of this is like, but I feel like we should do this, you know, explain yourself to him. Please don't backfire. Please don't backfire. Like, but then again, it's gonna take willpower. You will tell Gustav that you saved the Lawless insurer from a far worse fate and offer him a place in the last straw. But it's bad. Like, either one will be. I think like this one is the most like safest. Help him escape the city. But lure Gustav into a trap. Like luring Gustav into a trap. It's probably like gonna help us a bit. Should we? Like, it's gonna improve our relationship with him, with Philippe. I think we're gonna like, you know, we're gonna make him, you know, suspicious of us, and he's gonna take us down. So might as well we lure him like, sorry dude, you have to be like a stepping stone for the greater good. Let's lure him. If not, we won't be able to like survive until the riot. You ask Father Fuad to arrange a meeting. Needless to say, you will not be going alone. Oliver Moss is clearly the right man for the job. He accepts your order without a single question. He will do whatever you tell him, after all, unless Philippe says otherwise. You came to a decrepit shack by the city walls. Your eyes gradually adjust to the darkness as you step inside. You see dirty drapes hanging over a small window. The floor is rough and creaky. Gustav is sitting on a wooden crate. He is clutching a small meat cleaver. You greet Gustav. He grips the handle tight in response. You need to stall for time until Moss can circle around the building and reach the window behind Gustav. You show him your palms to prove that you are unarmed. You're so happy to see Gustav. How is your old comrade in arms doing? He smirks grimly. Well, I wouldn't be meeting you here if I was doing good, would I? I know all about you and the lawless Brante, so don't try to play games with me. I gotta get out of the city, and you're gonna help me do it. Or I'll tell them how youngster Brante got the commoners to march back there in the capital. You got a noble family, yeah? They'll be tickled pink, wouldn't they? You ask Gustav to put down the cleaver down. There's no reason to threaten you. You are here to help. The nervous man lowers his blade slightly and he considers your words. You give Moss the signal. The wooden cudgel whistles through the air and connects with Gustav's head. 2 swift blows, enough to put Gustav out of commission without killing him. Moss takes out the cleaver and ties the man's arm with a length of a rope. This kind of work is clearly second nature to him. You thank Oliver politely for a job well done, and he can call his man in now. My pleasure, boss. Several minutes later, 2 nondescript agents shove Gustav into a carriage with a tinted window and drive off into the night. You have no idea what will become of him. However, you soon realize that your former associate from Eterna had managed to make his mark in Anazot before his capture. Rumors about the lawless and your Oh my god. How? The group began to spread like wildfire. The son of Senior Prefecture Judge Robert Brante was involved in the riots in the capital. He was rubbing elbow with those mage-loving rebels. These rumors make you even more respected among the members of the last straw, though also tarnish your family reputation among the aristocracy. You do not know how the Brante will ever recover from this scandal. You somehow manage to convince your family that the rumors are nothing more perverse slander spread by your enemies. They accept this explanation, but Father and Stephen are furious. Did Gustav spread the word about you and Lawless before for your meeting? Or did he make arrangement in case you betrayed him? You will never know. Right now, all you can do is that this is the last time the spectre of the Lawless will rear its ugly head. Reputation, disgrace. Con artist. Uh-oh. It seems that even though we are 0... Uh-oh. Powder keg. It seems, okay, that even though we are disgraced, it's not gonna trigger like being, let me see here. Branded by dishonor here, okay? Like, it won't trigger until a certain point in history. In the story, sorry. The air is chilly, the sun has set. You make your way towards the city walls, avoiding busy streets. There, by an old grain house, you have an appointment with Sophia. She wanted to speak you face to face. Is she afraid of being overheard? She's already there, leaning on the old wall and smoking a pipe. She greets you with a nod. I'm glad you got here quick. Listen up. We've been in Anazot for a while now. I see how you handle things with the last straw. I think I can trust you. I need to ask you a favor. It's for the last straw. But Philippe can never find out about it. I need gunpowder. I need it now. I led you to the staff. Now I want you to tell me where they are hiding it. You ask Sophia what she needs the gunpowder for. The young woman squints and looks you in the eye. To get people riled up, to start the revolt. Don't expect any detail. You know how it goes. The longer the chain, the easier it breaks. You'll find out soon enough. For now, the question is whether you trust me or not. You give me the gunpowder and keep your trap shut. You can handle that. Sophia, I thought that... Can't you at least open up? Like, I've been doing nothing but helping her. Like... Okay. Now, the thing is, let's see. There's something about Sophia as well. Okay, stash of gunpowder. Profitable business. Okay, Sophia has the gunpowder. I wonder what will happen. But without a doubt, she's gonna sow unrest. Both of these are good. Yeah, I was talking about the guns. Here, you can see that you have a gun. Okay, fine, we'll give it to her. Please don't betray us. Again. You draw a map on the ground with the tip of your boot. There's a small mountain ridge half an hour to the east of the south gate. There used to be a quarry there. You stash the gunpowder in one of the tunnels. Sophia studies your sketch intently, then wipes it away with her foot. I'm glad to see I was right about you. Thanks. When the time comes, I'll be able to help both of us. While she has the gunpowder, Sophia wastes no time. The first blast detonates in front of the chancery. The granite statue of Emperor Uther falls from its pedestal and shatters, strewing rubble across the square. Another blast. A wall of Inquisition falls. Several champions of fate are killed. About a dozen apostates manage to escape the chaos. A third blast. The bridge over the brine near Anizot collapses. A caravan of Archduke Melanda's tax collectors are lost in the turbulent waters. This is clearly just the beginning. Sophia is not to rest on her laurels. The overseer is livid. The prefectures raids manufacturers and mine owners, but cannot find a single superfluous gunpowder keg. The citizens are agitated. Rumors about the bombers are run rapid. Some say they are criminals who escaped from the mines. Others are convinced that witches are behind the explosion. There is also a rumor that the explosion was set off by the enemies of the Empire. But everyone is equally horrified by the deadly, merciless force of gunpowder. It spares no one. All are equal before it. Nobles die in explosion, just like commoners or clergymen. The fear that has paralyzed the people begins to erode. The commoners are now armed with a weapon capable of destroying an entire army. It does not take them long to come to grips with this. The last straw ranks continue to swell. Those who had doubt are now free of them. The call for freedom resounds louder and louder on the streets of Anizot. Few powder kegs were enough to shatter the illusion of Empire's invincibility. Sophia plans work. Ooh, wealth and order. Unrest. Ooh, people are ready for a struggle. Riots and mayhem. Well, good job, I guess. Because this event is a consequence of your previous action. Sounds and fury. Now, so we are at here, the Free City, and we can go for the last straw riot. I wonder if we can get close to Sophia. Well, hopefully it will go that way. Riots in Anizot are reaching boiling point. The disgruntled crowds that took to the streets 2 days ago are protesting night and day. The pavement is littered with rubble and broken glass. It is impossible to deny that you had a hand in this. The last straw has spent years helping the common folk of Anizot realize that they have the right to make their voice heard. Any attempt to silence that voice has led to a paroxysm of rage among the people. The Lesser Quorum petitioned Gaius Tempus 3 days ago. The petition asked overseers to suspend the nobility ancient right to be exempted from the taxes. This would ease the burden of the poor common folk. But the petition never reached the overseer. Several furious nobles barged in while the quorum was still in session. It all ended in bloodshed. The next day, the commoners took to the streets. They demanded that the overseer adopt the quorum's proposal at once. They have clamored tirelessly for the nobles' despotism to be punished for 2 days now. The authorities remain silent. The city is on the verge of revolt. I need you to deal with this at once, Brante. Stop this madness by any means necessary. If these disturbances go too far, noble blood could be spilled. We can't let it happen. But how are we supposed to stop the crowd? And for that, should you? You blackmailed the member of the lesser quorum, withdrawing their petition. Let's bribe them. Let's bribe them. Wait, let's see if there's anything about the lesser quorum. Like, we can use it. Lesser quorum. Magistrate regain control of any sort in exchange for protection. Nah, no. Never mind. Threaten the lesser quorum. You flip through the papers. It is time to find out all the hours spent spying on the lesser quorum has paid off. Bribery, smuggling, tied to the insurgency. Every member of the quorum has its sins. Explaining them is child's play. You thoughtfully deliberate and compose several letters. You list all the circumstances that are known to you, sparing no detail. You can either wait for your secrets to be divulged to your enemies, persuade the commoners that expect their taxes to be lowered. This is absurd. If you do this, we will agree to forget what we know forever. This is nothing but blatant and shameless blackmail, but it works. The very next day, almost the entire lesser quorum appears before the people of Enzot. Mayor Egmont is the only one not present. The delegates announce that they have withdrawn their plea to the overseer. They appeal to the people to remember their lot and show patience and fortitude. A revolt will solve nothing. It will only lead to pointless bloodshed. The people disperse. You see anger and resentment on their faces. They put their trust in the delegates, and the trust has been betrayed. Their rage still simmers below the surface, but the revolt no longer serves any purpose. Maybe we screwed up. Maybe we screwed up. Okay. Just give me a moment. It seems that a parcel arrived for me. I think this is my new controller. Like, my old controller have problem with the with its E button. Okay, just give me a second. I just want to open it up. Just want to open it up. Give me a second. I want to check it out. Okay, give me a moment. I want to check out my new controller. Like, this controller, it seems that, well, it's in between a budget and like a well-off. No, it's not the best, but it's, in other words, I choose the best bang for buck. Like, not too cheap, and it's called the 8-bit though, something like that. Okay, and it seems that you have great reviews saying that it will not be like, it will not break as easy or like lose. It uses electromagnets. Give me a second. Oh well, never mind, I'll deal with it later. Or I'll do it, you know, while I'm playing. Just a few days into the year, Mayor Egmont, chairman of the Lesser Quorum and the owner of several silver mines, made a speech that caused quite a stir in the province. So a commoner, Egmont had the gall to demand Magran authorities both enforce and obey the imperial law. What's the use of the imperial law if they aren't enforced as they should be? Even today, any Anizot nobleman who gets up on the wrong side of the bed can draw a sword and run through a commoner through impunity. These gentlemen may be rulers, but does that mean they can defy the Emperor's will? Since Sir Alborn has been appointed to enforce the rule of law in Magra, how come the prefect doesn't see this? We, the commoners, are trying to seize the noble lot and take over the province, but the rule of tradition is a thing of the past. This is the age of justice. We may not be equal in its eyes, but even the nobles and clergy must obey the law. The Magran aristocracy is furious with Eggman and demands that he is silent, but the rich industrialist has too much money and too many connections to be dealt with so easily. You hear more and more rumors about secret societies and commoners appearing in the streets, plotting against the noble rule. The gentry fears that Eggman and his peers might be behind this, but they have no proof, at least for now. Father Leonard, abbot of the Silver Tree, and the leader of the New Believers, support Eggman and spoken publicly in his favor. The twins themselves entrusted the noble estate with the right to rule over the common folk, but rulers must also care for their subjects. The old faith is mistaken. No commoner should ever be forced to suffer. It is for this very reason that the imperial law exists. It is there to ease the people's suffering. May those laws be duly enforced, and may they serve all the people of the empire. Father Leonard, can I check up? Ooh, this is nice. Struggle for power. Like, we gotta tilt it to the, to the right side. 2, 3, and 4. I wonder what will happen, like, Reign of Terror. But then, order is... oh boy. Like, the faster we get to the commoners in power, I think the better the order will be. Give me a second. Oh, I have to open it from this side. Dumb of me. Okay. Your heart is pounding madly in your chest. You gasp desperately for air, paralyzed by fear. 2 burly young men have just pulled a sack over your head and shoved you into a carriage. Who could have done this? Are they Philippe's men? Members of the last straw? Someone for a grudge against you? Where are they taking you? Can you hope to survive this day? The carriage comes to a stop. They drag you out, get you on your feet, and force you to walk. You march down long hallways in complete silence. Then at last, they sit you in a chair. A chat with the magistrate. Ah! Get that thing off his head. I can't talk to him like that, can I? So this is the guy. A hand wrenches a sack off your head. Light stabs you in the eyes as you gasp for air. Give me a second. Like, I'm opening the box. Like, it's sealed shut. This is a noble mansion, abandoned long ago. The paint is peeling and the glazed grim gilt trim is cracked and faded. The once magnificent future is covered in rust and cobwebs. In the midst of this withered splendor, you see a man who is known to all, the magistrate of the resort, Sir Remy L. Berman? What's this? I suppose I caught your breath by now, eh, Brante? Let's have a little chat, shall we? Give me a second. I'm trying to open this one up here. Oh, I can see where my problem lies. It's this part over here. Give me a second. Gotta snap it off. Gotta snap it off. Is this it? Oh boy. Can I finally take it off? Guess not. I guess I have to flip this off. Finally, my new controller. Yesterday I'll play the League of Legends game. After the stream, I'll probably like set it up. It's a Bluetooth gamepad. I suppose I caught your breath by now. Hey Brante, let's have a little chat, shall we? First, the obvious. I know who you are. I know who you work for. I know your family. I have the power to ruin you and your father and everyone else about this. Everyone else you care about. If anyone hears about this conversation, I'll crush you before you can blink. But I didn't arrange this meeting to just threaten you. I'm prepared to offer you something. Salvation. Magistrate Anizot manages the city's affairs, head of the noble court of honor, an inveterate follower of the noble tradition of old. He opposes any and all changes in the empire. A great smile spread across Alverman's face. Now, let's move on to the meat of our little tete-a-tete. You're a real picker, Brante. He will never escape Philippe's iron grip. He will continue to use you as you remain useful, and the moment that usefulness ends, you will deem an obsolete and eliminate you. However, I would like to extend you an offer of protection. If you help me, I'll keep you safe from Philippe and the secret chancery. I'm aware of Philippe's scheme to obtain special authority from the overseer. The old dog is hungry for power, but I have enough on my plate as it is. What with L-born prefecture at Egmont's lesser quorum? The secret chancery is supposed to be to safeguard imperial rule, but instead, Philippe is playing a game of his own in my city. Anizot does not need another man who treats it like playing a plaything for acting out his utopian fantasies. This is a disaster waiting to happen. If the Chancery ever gets the discretionary powers, no one will be able to stand in its way, especially commoners like you. You help me rid of Anizot and of the lesser quorum and the other rebels and rebel rousers, and I'll save you from Philippe. I know that Mayor Egmont and his cronies are connected to your secret network, and knowing your secret chancery, I'm quite certain you've made a note with Egmont's every last misdeed. Once you have enough evidence to put both old Mayor behind bars or in a noose, bring me everything you got on him and the others upstart. Philippe will be left empty-handed. With Egmont out of the picture, I'll be free to disband the lesser quorum and rule this city in peace. And then I'll finally drive Philippe out of Anizot, which means that you will go free. I will rule as I should, and the city of Anizot will return to normal. No blood will be shed. There will be no plotting, no more need to pretend. What will you say to that, Brante? Oh, evade the question. Evade the question. Trying to undermine Philippe and the secret chancery would be suicide. Besides, how do you know that the magistrate will get rid of you? Will not get rid of you just the same as when the job is done. Yet the magistrate wields great power. To refuse him would make him into another fearsome enemy. You rise to your feet and thank Sir Verman for his confidence. You are ready to cooperate, you say. But Philippe trusts no one. You are watched at all times. It will take a long time for the magistrate to get the results that he wants. The magistrate nods, satisfied with your answer. A wise choice, Brante. My man will see you out. And don't forget the first part of our little chat. We never met, this never happened. Ooh, reputation +1. You continue sending the usual reports to Philippe from time to time, and you send L. Verman a vague letter. If the magistrate wants to believe you have agreed to this, you see no reason to disappoint him. Your web of lies is growing larger and more convoluted by the day, but perhaps this new connection will come in handy. Before that, give me a second. It seems like somebody is... I have to delete this. Remove. Okay, done. Willpower. Oh man, stuck pretty hard. The controller. Ugh. Finally, I took it out. Your home has been much more peaceful for the last year. The fights between Steven and Gloria are not as fierce now, but how long will this last? Your job takes up all your time. You see your parents and siblings less and less often. Sometimes you don't even know what they are doing unless while you deal with the constant stream of duties. This morning you head out on an urgent business. You take one step out the window and run into a uniformed gendarme. Captain Leonard, Scamu Brante, your presence is requested at the prefecture dungeon. Taken aback, you ask what this is about. We have your brothers Steven and Nathan Brante in the cell. They were arrested last night in the Steiner's Inn. They asked us to send in for you. Sus. Very sus. Because like we know that Steven will not be caught in public with Nathan. Sus. The cells in the prefecture are cold and damp. The guards lead you to the bars. Behind them you see Nathan huddled in the corner. Your younger brother is unshaven, more disheveled than usual, reeking of wine and filth. Near the cell you see Steven grimly sitting in a chair. You guess that the Gandams thought it's best not to put him in the same cell as his own low-born brother. Upon seeing you, Nathan lets out a whimper and Steven cracks a bitter smile. The sheath on your brother's belt is empty. What happened? There you are at last, Scamu. Have a look at our younger brother. Yesterday he got drunk in the company of some dubious fellows. They are commoners, yet they dared to surrender to pleasure. They started a brawl, wrecked the inn, and harassed the waitress. As soon as I heard, I rushed to save this drunkard from shame. Makes sense. Nathan cowers in the corner, horror-struck. I walk in and demanded that Nathan come home with me, but his cronies won't let him go. That's not true. You just grabbed me by the collar and dragged me after you. You nearly suffocated me. Shut your mouth, cur. So, brother, they seem to have some sort of sect. They all shouted defamation against the twin gods, and one of them grabbed me by the arm. I was forced to skewer this heretic with my own sword. I hope that a lesser death will teach him never to lay his filthy paws on a nobleman. This is so like him. Oh boy. He was just trying to talk to you, Steven. Silence! Then the Gandalfs barge in and here we are. I've been accused of an unlawful murder. Well, it is. It is unlawful murder if you ask me. Apparently the new laws allow killing of a commoner only if he attacks first or wields a weapon. They say that in the event of an insult, I'm supposed to file a complaint with the prefecture. So now they're going to seize my sword for a whole year. What a shame. It's all your fault, Nathan. Can we just take in Nathan and leave him here? Can we just take in Nathan and leave him here? Like, then he'd be like, are you doing this? This is preposterous. How could you leave a nobleman in the dungeon? Yeah, but it's a good, he needs to learn humility, and it's like, the humility is not for my lot. Steven gives the bar a furious kick. Nathan covers his face with his hand and in despair. Scamu, you are our only hope. Get me my sword back and get us out of here. We have to bury this sordid affair as deep as we can before anyone finds out. Save our family from shame. You persuade the head of the family to use his power to free Steven and Nathan. The reason why I'm not improving my spy network, the reason why I'm not improving that is because I want the free city. Well, but then it's 6. We can go a bit more. But I remember that this one, they have to go like less than 3. Give me a second. I think like this one, right? With less than 3. Noble by blood. Nah, I don't think it's family. No, not really. Well, we can improve our spy network a bit more. Like, the only thing I can do is ask father for help. He tells Steven that the only way to get them out of this mess is with father's help. Note, Scummo, father must not know about this. If he gets involved, we won't be able to avoid dishonoring the family. He coldly replied that after this incident, disgrace is inevitable. All that remains is to try and minimize the damage. Leaving your brothers, who will go upstairs to your father's office. What happened, Scummo? You gave father an account of the incident. He becomes more and more grim with every word you utter. Is this why I earned a judge's mantle? To get my sons out of prison? I would have expected something like this from Nathan, but Steven? I will not demean myself so they can avoid their punishment. You argued, in this case, the damage to your family reputation will be far greater. Steven will be publicly deprived of his sword, and Nathan will be sentenced to the hard labor of the streets. I hate to admit it, but you're right, son. I have to swallow my pride and plead their case to the prefect. Steven is his nephew after all. Father gets an audience with his superior, Elborn. He returns downhearted, but holding the prefect's order. Together you walk down the dungeon and present the order to the gendarmes. Steven Brante's sword is to be returned at once. He has not broken the law and must be freed. And for Nathan Brante, you will personally cover the damages the inn has sustained. There's no reason to keep a son of a noble behind bars. Seeing the prefect's seal, the gendarme nods and obediently returns Steven's sword. Father, I know you come to the rescue. I really haven't done anything shameful. We will discuss this at home. Steven sheathes his sword reverently as Nathan is led out of the cell. The elder brother takes the younger by the scruff of his neck and pulls him to the door. Nathan staggers and shuffles along the way. The prefecture is highly displeased with the secret nepotism your father took advantage of. Unsavory rumors of Brante family creep throughout Anazot. Back home, father lectures Steven. Your elder brother objects and blames Nathan for everything. Ooh. There's a charger. Oh. From now on, there will be no more drinking other nocturnal exploits, Nathan. Who are those rogues you befriended anyway? Stop shaming this family. If you're so worthless, at least let others go about their business in peace. Do you understand, you blockhead? Can I say the same thing to you? Nathan remains silent, staring despondently somewhere above him. Okay. Wait. I'm taking a look at the box. Ooh. It's quite well made, but it's a bit small for my taste. But it fits just well. Nathan remains silent, staring despondently. Robert. Yeep. Manipulation 19. Your print shop has been graced by an unusual guest today. A short man of considerable age in the brown cossack of a priest. A smile appeared around on his round face. Good morning, young man. You must be the owner of this splendid print shop. I heard so much about you and this wonderful place of yours. And who are you? You asked the visitor of his name. What brings you to your print shop? Ah yes, my apologies. I'm Mark. Father Mark, if you will. There is a certain matter I hope you can help me with. And what's that? I've learned much during my many years in this world, but alas, our time is short, and like everyone else, I will eventually have to face ruthless scrutiny of the twins themselves. However, I would like the truth that have been revealed to me to live on and shuffle off this mortal coil. This is why I've come to you. I've written a book, you see, and now I want you to help me print it. I want the largest print you can possibly manage. The old priest is clearly not giving you the full picture. Why has he come here of all places? You see, young man, my teachings are a bit bold for a realm and has endured 1,000 years of twin tyranny. Even the new faith sees the truth I preach as excessively blasphemous, but your print shop is known for its, shall we say, open-minded approach. I believe you have the fortitude to appreciate my teaching and encourage to accept my order. Would Father Mark be so kind to explain his teaching to you? Another smile, kind-hearted and sly, appears readily on the monk's face. But of course, my son, by the will of the twins, it is my lot to preach. How could I refuse to instruct those in need? Here are the fundamental principles of the doctrine. Our gods are shit. Seriously? Our gods are shit. We don't need them. They say a tree is known by its fruit. Well, if the twins are a tree, then their fruits are will, love. Then their fruits are will, love, and law. But their will is arbitrary, their love is cruel, and the law is ruthless. The twins don't know the meaning of the word mercy. All they bring to the world is suffering. Everyone in this world is miserable, regardless of their state or status, and we continue to be miserable as long as we continue to accept the burden of the divine chain. There's only one path of salvation in this world: reject the twins outright. You, and only you, must accept the responsibility of your own life. Forge your own secular law, fill your heart with secular love, exercise your own secular will, and forget all about the twins. But what about hereafter, you see? What about final judgment, eternal torment, and food at the pillar, and the never-ending bliss at the peak? Everyone asks me this, and here's what I tell them. Here's what I tell them. Give me a skip. Here's what happened. Whatever happens to you in the hereafter doesn't matter, because there won't be any you in the hereafter anyway. You will all be dissolved in the twins' own endless will. Out there, on the other side of the true death, Father Mark will cease to exist, and so will you, young man. You will have no will, you will have no decision, you will be incapable of action. In other words, your life will be over. Your existence will end with true death. Whatever happens to you after that, who cares? That won't really be happening to you, so who cares? So let's all tell the twins to take their bullshit law, their bullshit will, and their bullshit love, shove straight up their divine asses. Let's cast away the yoke of the gods and live our worldly lives free of their despotic ruthless rule. Eloquence. Not really. Yes, printed in secret. Printed in secret. Foment unrest. To reject the twin is to deny their law, their will, and their love. To reject the twin is to deny that the empire is blessed with an absolute. To reject the twin is to deny that the temples are chosen by the gods and gods themselves to rule. If this teaching begins to spread, there will be unrest like the likes of which the province has never seen since the emergence of the new faith. You accept Father Mark's manuscript, and promise to print the book as requested. You only have one condition: complete and total secrecy. No one must ever learn of your arrangement. Most certainly, young man. If the years have taught me anything, it is how to know when to preach loudly and when to stay quiet. You get to work, and to ensure all goes well, you must do most of the work alone. Only sometimes you will ask your employees for help, and even then, you make sure they never work on the book long enough to glean its true nature. After a month's work, Father Mark's print is done. My thanks, young man. I hope my sermon has found a place in your heart. Do not waste your worldly life in vain. It is too short. Only here in this life can we truly change anything. Only here we can truly feel alive. Be bold, audacious. Every single one of us is doomed. but do not fear the wrath of the mighty, and live free of their chains. You have helped propel Father Mark's teaching into the future. This thin little volume is in cheap leather. Leather bindings will spread across the empire like wildfire. You will have placed another bundle of kindling on the bonfire. One day, sooner or later, it will catch fire. People are ready for the struggle. Like, I don't want it to go 10. Like, I want it to be at 9. Theology, neophyte. Ooh, 26, 7, 8. I think like by the time you're 30. Magra has received alarming news from the neighboring province of Illyria. The lowborn convicts toiling the Illyrian mines have revolted against their noble masters. For the first time in many long, peaceful years, commoners have taken up arms. Worse yet, the insurgents had guns and gunpowder, and no one knows how they got them. Gunpowder weapons are banned throughout the empire as soon as they were invented. The lords deem firearms dishonorable and unfit for the nobles. Even the legion soldiers are forbidden from using them. But now, gunshots are echoing the mutinous Illyrian mines. The Imperial Legion was developed to quell the riot. The legionnaires slaughtered the rebels without mercy, and the uprising choked to death on its own blood before it had even begun. The south of Illyria is now a forest of gallows. The convicts' corpses were left swaying in the wind, and as a warning to any commoner who might dare take up arms. Although the rebellion quickly succumbed to the Empire military onslaught, many Legion soldiers and officers were slain by the insurgent firearms. Their steel armor were no match for bullets. The riotous weapons were destroyed in a public ceremony, but no one knows who built and smuggled them into the mines. All Imperial Overseer issued public reminders in the provinces. The punishment for owning gunpowder weapon is true death by execution. But the Empire is still restless and is still anxious. Somehow, guns found their way into the commoners' hands, if only for a short time. Could gunpowder and lead one day endanger the old ways of the Empire? Authorities of Magra fear that unrest may soon spill over here. Due to double tax, peasant farms and industrial manufacturing are facing harsh times. The province's wealth is steadily declining. But the discontent of the commoners is still held back by the eternal laws that demands they accept their suffering. Oh my god. Wealth of Magra is going down. Uh-oh. Examine possible chapter endings to check which way you are headed. To achieve the goal you've chosen, you have to meet all of its conditions at the end of the chapter. Okay. Flourish the Empire. Okay, I'll try to go for these two, okay? The Free City and the Last Straw Riot. Sophia, like, when can we get through to Sophia? 9 and 10 is still possible, I think. The Free City, well, we just need to raise up the unrest in the city. It's been 4 years since Archduke Melanidas and Overseer Tempest first clashed. Each claims the right to collect taxes in the province. Now, the third year in a row, they are each collecting their own tax, and the province is sinking deeper into poverty. The people who have been hit the hardest are miners, diggers, and anyone who owns or manages a mine. When gunpowder first appeared in Magra, mine workers felt hope for a better future, and for the first time in years. But the ban soon followed, and those hopes died. People have lost their jobs, industrialists and manufacturers have lost their fortunes. The silver industry is in decline. The Leicester Quorum, led by Mayor Eggman, has been fighting to stop the double taxation and reverse the ban on gunpowder for a long time now, but to no avail. The common people blame Magistrate L. Vermin, who has supported the gunpowder ban from the very beginning, branding it too dangerous to be handled by commoners. I wonder if it's the same for other other provinces, like Magra. Okay, let's just open up a bit. The map. Now, like this is an empty one. Beautiful soil, ancient bog castle. I don't think it will originate from here. Monia. No. Astinia? Maybe they come from Astinia. How about Illyria? Most probably it came from Illyria. Because they are, you know, an industrious province after all. There, see, Illyria was the birthplace of gunpowder and firearms that employ it before the noble estate banned its use across the empire as weapons of dishonor. The common people blame eldership. Okay, we've read this. This friction is throwing sparks everywhere. We have always known that the unrest would flare up one day, but oddly enough, it all begins with a celebration. It is early in the morning. You are eating breakfast with your family. Stephen is excited. Your brother had been invited to a ball at the chancellery. He has been getting ready ever since he woke up. Magistrate Vermin is a sly man, Stephen. You need to be wary of him. If I were you, some friends in high places can take more than they give. Wait. I'm sitting at the end of the table? Enough, father. I already know that. But if we ever want to be a noble by the sword, we have to take advantage of every opportunity that presents itself. There will be nobles of the highest rank there from all over the province. Besides, there's no risk in making Vermin acquaintance. Their conversation continues. Bored, you excuse yourself and go to the print shop. An ordinary day of work is followed by an ordinary evening. You are about to close up the shop for the night when Alida arrives unexpectedly. She brings a letter. It's an urgent report from Sophia. You glance through it hurriedly. The heroine is not Sophia. Philippe has taken a great risk by writing this to you under a false name, which means that this news is too urgent for caution. Our informers with Agnes Goon have warned us about a march tomorrow morning. There's trouble brewing. Miners, diggers, and even mine owners are involved. They are coming from all over the province to demand Vermin lift the gunpowder ban. This march has Agnes' name all over it. It's supposed to be peaceful, no bloodshed. Apparently, the miners think Vermin won't have the guts to use force, so he has to listen to their demand. Their plan is to show up during the magistrate party. They're mad because he's throwing money around and while they're all starving. There are several hundred workers coming and they're all fired up. They should get there early tomorrow morning. You have the night to get ready. Let's hope you know how to put this intel to good use. You burn the letter in the flame of a candle. As the paper turns to ash, you weigh your options. Ignis wants the protest to be peaceful, but will he be able to keep the angry miners from crossing the line? But Stephen will be at the damn party of his. This complicates the matter. Either way, Philippe is right. You cannot ignore this. What will you do during this unexpected protest? No. Oh boy. Recruit the protesters to the last straw. We'll be focused on protest and this opportunity to enrich yourself at the expense should not go to waste. Damn, this is hard. Can Stephen die? Can Stephen die? Family falls apart. Unity -2. Stephen, okay. killed in a duel, like he's not going to die, right? Because it's not a duel. Okay, if that's the case, I have two choices: profit or recruit the protesters to straw. This is gonna increase. I think we have a chance to increase our manipulation, because like this one we are at, we were at 19. Your underground organization will support the miners in return. They will join your cause. I think this one for now. Okay, let's increase. Give me a second. Let's check. Okay, if we get to like, we're already the ringleader. Like, we need 20 to do like an amazing feat, like a miracle basically. The unexpected march will be perfect distraction for the gendarmes and the Legion soldier garrison in the city. A chance like this does not come along every day. You could not ask for a better opportunity for a big score. You ask Alida to find moss for you. Fast! Oliver arrives even faster. You're going to need a number of last straw members for this. People who do not mind getting their hands dirty. They need to be ready by tomorrow morning. You're going to rob the noble's mansion blind while the miners are busy raising a ruckus at the Chancery building. And I suppose Sophia doesn't have to know about this, eh? How about Sir Philippe, boss? Good question. You're not a greedy man. You're willing to divvy out the profits fair and square. Oliver lets out a chuckle. A man in our line of work never misses a chance for some coin. It's a deal then. The two of you spend the rest of the night planning the robberies. This will be a fast smash and grab operation. You will not have much time. Steven mentioned a great many names list night, so you know each and every noble family that will be attending the Magistrate ball. You expect their servants to have the day off for the occasion, so you should not encounter any resistance. Once everything is planned and ready, you go to bed but cannot sleep. As the sun rises, you head to the north gate to watch Egmont's march from a safe distance. The miners are dressed in rags, covered in soot and coal dust, hitting buckets with shovels and pickaxes with every step. The rhythm is as loud as it is chaotic. The miners are led by mine owners and industrialists, who are in turn led by Mayor Egmont himself. His voice can be heard above the incessant din of the metal on metal. Give us back our gunpowder, give us back our lives. If you want coal and silver, give us back our own gunpowder. The entire procession repeats after him, hundreds of voices chanting in unison. The people of Anazot echo their refrain from the windows. Occasionally, a gendarme finds himself in their path and scurries away. The thousands of protesters soon approach the Chancery building. The ball is cut short. Unable to flee the celebration in time, most of the nobles are trapped, surrounded by the chanting miners. Stephen is somewhere among them. Caught by surprise, the magistrate barely manages to alert the city gendarmes. Their number are too small to disperse a mob this size, but the Anazot Legion garrison will appear any minute now. There's no time to be careless. Sensing its strength, the mob continues to chant and bang buckets without any fear of gendarmes. Amid the metallic cacophony, Egmont words repeat again and again. Bring us back our gunpowder, bring us back our lives. You want coal and silver? Bring back our gunpowder. Egmont clambers up to a makeshift podium. Workers of Magra, our so-called protectors, are having a feast today. Let them see you with their own eyes, let them hear you with their own ears. You are the people who harvest the lifeblood of our province day and night in the darkness of the mines. You are the people hidden from the light of the day. You are the people who earn riches for our masters. The chant is deafening. Pickaxes and shovels clang against the metal. This is the moment of truth. Either Elvermer concedes or there will be blood. Blood. To the magistrate's credit, he has the composure to face the people himself. Ooh. The crowd goes quiet for him to speak. I understand your plight, but I will never accept such lawlessness in my city. Leave Anatort immediately before the Gandalfs and the Legion force you out. The crowd murmurs in discontent. The people are on the verge of a riot. The magistrate feels it too. He raises his hands. However, I cannot promise you an end to the ban, and I am willing to procure grain and food with my own funds and distribute the supplies to everyone in need. This is pittance, an insignificant handout designed to keep the people calm. But it is all they can hope for as long as the nobles remain in power. Judging from Angle's face, he understands this too. Magistrate, we accept your offer. We are leaving for the warehouses. We expect food wagons to arrive there by tomorrow. Once the miners have their supplies, they will leave the city. The mob disperses. Some leave feeling victorious, invigorated by the triumph of justice. Others, however, walk feeling dejected and powerless. Moths arrive at the print shop in the evening and place a healthy pouch in front of you. We had a pretty good take. A few of the boys got too greedy. The Gandalfs got them. But don't you worry, they don't know much, so their aid might no problem. We just gotta find new dupes to replace them. The glint of gold and silver calms your nerves. The shouting mob and Eggman's bitter cries seem more distant now. Even when history is happening before your eyes, it is always important to look out for number one. Uh-oh. Prosperous house. Uh-oh. I didn't expect it to go this bad. Uh-oh. Spy network lesson 2. Late one night, you send all the print shop employees home. Philippe and Pharaoh wishes to see you in person tonight. You sit behind your desk, anxiously attentive to every sound. You hear quiet stomping outside. Several men enter the room, led by Moss. Hello there, Scamo. Uh-oh. They are all without adult arm. They stop at the door. You hear a cane tapping on the floor as Philippe walks in. He sits at your desk and squints at you without saying a word. So Brante, how's our spy network doing? You open your mouth, but the advisor cuts you short. His voice is oddly hostile. Why aren't you getting any result? Do you think you can fool me? Or are you just too stupid to be entrusted with such a crucial mission? How can I explain your inaptitude, Brante? Betrayal or idiocy? Do you understand that your job is the only thing you should be doing? Don't you see how important it is? I'm standing on the brink of chaos, and it's about to consume us all. The safety of the Empire depends on the intelligence you are supposed to be gathering. I trust you, and what I get in return? Idleness and wasted time. Either you're dragging your feet on purpose, or you're too witless and sluggish to obey my orders. I have no use for traitors or fools. Was I wrong to believe Sophia? Should I just dispose of you and find someone who can do better? You will use all of the last straw resources and gather the information Philippe needs. Let's improve our scheming. You assume the advisor that this will never happen again. You will use all the resources of the secret society to gather valuable information and recruit informants. The result will be presented to Sir Philippe in a matter of days. For your sake, Brante, I hope that turns out to be true. This is your last chance. If you fail to provide me with interesting information very soon, I'll conclude that your service and your life are no further use to me. Philippe rises and nods to his man. On his way out, he whispers something in Oliver's ear, then leaves the print shop with the others. You and Moss remain inside. The thug smiles amicably. I've been instructed to observe your progress, Scamo. You don't want to disappoint Mr. Advisor again, do ya, boss? You spend the next few days and sleepless night gathering information from Philippe. The only way to do this is to quickly sacrifice a part of the last straw. You're planning to use these people to keep tabs on the unrest in the city, but now, unbeknownst to themselves, they have become new threats in your spy network. Before long, new reports land on the advisor's desk. Leaders of political salons, members of the Communist Party in the Lesser Forum, noblemen who are critical of the authorities, they all find themselves under Philippe Alfaro's keen eye. Many of them are promptly arrested by the secret chancery, some are exiled, others are to be executed for plotting a rebellion. For all friends, colleagues, and relatives of the last straw members, the society is consumed by desperation and panic. I don't want to believe it, but there's no other explanation. There's a mole in the last straw. We need to find the traitor. Okay, we screwed up. We screwed up over here. Like... we screwed up over here. Yeah, we screwed up. Okay. If it's like 1, I can still accept it, but 2... man... let's check. Yeah. Okay. Let's redo this chapter. And this time, we're gonna be, like, what I was supposed to do just now, I think, is that I'm supposed to tell, the magistrate about this. And that way, we'll strengthen the spy network a bit. And, like, the point is not to bring it to, like, treacherous position, okay? Hopefully that. It's just too much. Okay. Continue. Okay, we reset this. I kinda screwed up that one. That last one. We shouldn't have been too greedy. 23 years old. We're just gonna skip through all of this. Chat with Nathan. Come on. What we do first? Hire rebels. Foment unrest. If we go for the spy mole, we're gonna improve our spy network, which is not what we want. Exactly. But it says below 6. This one here. Maybe this time we will change. We share the news from the capital. The moment you approach Steven, he links elbow with you and leads you to the most prestigious place by the table, where the most eminent and guests are seated. May I present to you my younger brother Scamu Brante. He just returned from the capital. Scamu, why don't you entertain our guests with the latest news from Eterna? You make a courtly introduction and describe the recently noteworthy events in the capital. The celebration of their heir's coming of age, the attempt by Caius Tempest to enshrine the law, the rights of nobles of the mantle, Patriarch Luke's sermon. The nobles inquire about the custom and sentiments of the capital. Is it true that the wealthy commoners of Eterna do not acknowledge the authority of the nobility, or that the adherents of the new faith openly denounce the lords? They describe the state affairs in the capital in delicate manner so not as to antagonize your guests. Yes, there are plenty of liberties taken in Eterna, but you can attest to the fact that the Empire still rules with a firm hand and maintains order. More and more listeners gathers around you. They plunge into heated discussion. Will this wave of change reach your province? What will our homeland under the rule of new overseer Caius Tempest? The guests agree that the nobles of the province have some tough times ahead of them, but worthy families like the Brantes give them hope. Excellent, brother. You have shown yourself and your family in a favorable light. Moreover, you managed not to distress our guests with alarming news. The night was a success. A rock and a hard face. Okay, this part here, I want to change a little bit. You persuade Gloria to go on a trip somewhere far away from Steven. This will help them bury the hatchet. Send Gloria to Bologna. You take a conciliatory tone. You know that the tempers are running too high. Your siblings would benefit from spending some time apart. They need to cool off, then try to settle their differences. From what you hear, the town of Bologna, in the southern part of the province, has an excellent resort with healing springs. What if Gloria took a vacation there for a month to improve her health and have some rest by the sea? Gloria shakes her head hesitantly. Are you trying to get rid of me, Scamo, so I won't be in your way? What am I supposed to do at the twins' forsaken spa? You patiently explain to Gloria that she'll be able to enjoy reading and find inspiration in contemplating the waves and ponder on her future. And then, when she comes back, she and Sever will calmly discuss the issue. Finally, Gloria gives in. A trip to Bologna will be costly. I'd like to know who will pay for it. Speaking first and foremost of your father, you argue that the peace in the family is worth any expense. The two of you should indeed spend some time away from each other. So let it be as suggested. Scummo. Gloria, start packing. Steven, please send a note to Bologna and hire a carriage for your sister. Gloria reluctantly heads off to the coast. This trip forces your family to spend a hefty sum. But without the constant bickering of your brother and sister, the tension at home quickly resolves. With no need to keep an eye on Gloria, Steven devotes himself to Anatol's social life. Gloria returns surprisingly serene. After a month in Bologna, her temper has mellowed for a time. She's engrossed in her own affair but does not draw her brother's ire. Good. We're gonna make money, so don't worry about it. This one... Side with Sophia. Continue. It's a lot. Hearts on fire. This one here, publish a book on their poetry. Publish a book. There, we increase a lot. But we need to be careful, we cannot lower our spy network anymore. Like around 4 and 5 will be a nice spot. Okay, let's skip this one here. Give the jewels to prominent nobles, let's give. Yeah, give the jewels. We change this a little bit. You agree with Steven, a gift from the Archduke is not to be refused. It will be better to use it for a more important goal, obtaining the nobility of the sword. You and Steven will determine when, how, and to whom the gifts will be given. I'm inclined toward the same solution, so let it be so. I'll send a note to the Archduke expressing our humblest gratitude. But I point out that I don't mean to change sides. I'll still serve the prefect and my overseer. Be careful, father. The Miranda's house is not to be trifled with, but the Archduke will have nothing to be reproached with. Scamu and I will put the jewels to good use. You and Steven spend the next couple of weeks arranging meetings and attending reception and feasts. You discover that you're on par with your brother in your understanding of the nobility in Anatol, including their relations and their quirks. The generous gift and refined manners your brother and you display before the aristocrats allow your family to rise in their esteem. There is one disadvantage: you do not have a single coin tucked in the family treasury. Nah, don't worry. We can make money. Mayor Eggman. Okay, this one here, of course we're gonna accept his offer. Keep this conversation a secret. Secret plot. An old friend, Thomas. This one here, we're gonna have dinner with him. It's gonna cost us one reputation, but it's worth it. Willpower plus 10. Gunpowder plot. Make a deal with Mayor Eggman. Make a deal with him. Diplomacy increase. Obtain gunpowder. Side with father. Okay, continue. Peace. Errors of you. This one here. Okay. Even though we use this, it didn't increase our it didn't increase the the spy network. Okay, so might as well help him escape the city. Like when we turn him in, it seems that he spread rumors about us. You asked Father Fuad to arrange a meeting just in time to get ready. You came to a decrepit shack by the city wall. Your eyes adjust to the dark. I think this is the same. This is the same. Okay. The nervous man considered your words, stepped closer, and offered your old comrade a hand. You have already taken care of everything, you tell him. There's a carriage waiting by the western gate, ready to take him out at any thought. You struck a bargain with the guards. They will not check him. Inside the carriage is a fresh change of clothes, a prefecture sealed Terab permit, and enough money to disappear anywhere in the empire. Gustav is at a loss for words. You must have spent a small fortune, Brante, but I thought you was the one who ratted us out. Gustav is mistaken, you explain. You were just lucky enough to escape eternal with your life. You're trying to lay low, but you have not forgotten your old friends and will do anything you can to help them. Gustav sighs loudly. He slouches forward as the tension leaves his body. For a brief moment, you notice tears in the corner of his eye. He wipes them away and smiles sadly. Thank you, Brante. I see I was wrong now. I wanted to blame somebody, but I pinned it all on the wrong guy. Sorry about that. You won't have any trouble from me. I'm leaving Magra, and I ain't coming back. Farewell. You never hear from Gustav again. His fate remains a mystery. However, your former associate's sudden appearance left a dent in the family coffers. The money you spent saving him was earmarked for emergencies. When the expenditure is discovered, you are unable to offer your family a decent explanation. A long and bitter fight ensues. From now on, no one else can spend the family funds without father's permission. The quarrel only heightens the mounting tension at home. You do your best to steer clear of your family. East side. 22 years old. So for now, just now we are at 23. This one is where Sophia's gonna ask for the gunpowder. Just give it to her and foment unrest. Good. Unrest 8. Sounds and Fury. Oh, we can't threaten the lesser quorum. If we threaten the lesser quorum, this will be bad. Like, we gotta bribe. If I do this, it's gonna ruin our reputation. So bribe the leaders of the revolt. Take control of the disturbances. To prevent bloodshed, you take charge of the disturbances yourself. To prevent bloodshed, you take disturbances of... like, cause this is gonna like ruin our It's gonna ruin our spy network. Bribe the leaders. You count your coins, this will have to be enough. You gather your people and give them the orders. First, they'll find the ringleaders. That shouldn't be too hard, they are the ones shouting the loudest. Next, they'll persuade them to break up the protests. But why? We are not the Gandalfs. Isn't it what we've been working all these years? You reply that unfortunately, these disturbance are undermining the last straw clause. This revolt can only drain the lifeblood from the coming revolution. These people need to see that the time for the real revolt is yet to come. The resurgence not in agreement. But people have taken to the streets for a reason. They got nothing to eat, they got no money. If you want to get them settled down, we have to give something, or at least give their leaders something. You have the money. You hand sacks of coin out to your men. Oliver Moss is in charge of the operation. He is well acquainted with Anazot's most probable distracts, so he knows who can use the money to calm the social unrest. Too bad we can keep the cash for ourselves, eh? Your people are experts at what they do. Without anyone noticing, the violence stops by itself. Crowds just disappear from the streets. Momentary greed proves to be more powerful than the striving for justice. How long will this calm last? No one knows. You just hope that when the unrest builds up steam again, you'll be ready for it. It doesn't I thought that it increased our I thought it would increase our spy as well. Chat with the magistrate. This one, we will lie, evade the question. Reputation modest. A bit more brothers in misery. This one here. Ask father for help. If we don't do that, unity is gone. Tarnish honor. Ooh, master manipulator. Freedom of speech. Okay, this one here. Print a book in secret. Like formats of unrest. Unrest. Okay, somewhere here. It's somewhere here. It is somewhere here. Blast wave. Here it is. This one is that we have no choice but to alert Elverman. Elverman has to be told about the upcoming march. You thank Alida for the letter and head to the magistrate estate at once. The hour is late. The servants receive you coldly, but you insist. They eventually inform Magistrate Elverman of your arrival. They escort you to his office. Brante, you're the last man I expected to see right now. What's the rush? Is something the matter? You quickly relate the contents of Philippe warning to the magistrate. Elverman's face grows beets red with wrath. The arrogant, low-born wretch. So Agman thinks he is free to do whatever he wants in my city, does he? Well, we'll see about that. This ends here and now. What exactly is Magistrate planning for tomorrow, you ask? To your surprise, Elverman snickers. Let him come. He'll be walking right into my trap. I have plenty of time to prepare now. This is a very precious warning indeed. I'll remember this, Brante. You're surprised to hear actual respect in Magistrate voice. When the sun rises, you head to the north gate to watch Eggman's march from a safe distance. The miners are dressed in rags and covered in soot and coal dust. Hitting buckets with shovels. Okay, this is the same. This is the same. The thousands of protests soon reach the chancery, but what they find there does not resemble a ball in the slightest. The noble militia is standing before the chancery gate, forming a line of defense. They are ready for a fight. You spot Steven among their ranks. The Gandalfs and Legion Legion soldiers garrisoned in the city have blocked all the side streets leading out to the square. The miners have no escape route. Despite this, the mob continues to chant and bang on buckets without any fear of gendarmes. Amid the metallic cacophony, Eggman words repeat again and again. Bring us back gunpowders, bring us back our lives. You want coal and silver? Bring back our gunpowder. Eggman clambers onto a makeshift podium. Workers of Magra, our so-called protectors, are having a feast today. Let them see you with their own eyes, let them hear with their own ears. You are the people who harvest the lifeblood of our province day and night in the darkness of the mines. You are the people hidden from the light of the day. You are the people who earn riches for our masters. The chant is deafening. Pickaxes and shovels clang the metal. This is the moment of truth. Either Elverman concedes or there will be blood. The magistrate faces the people in person, his head held high. The crowd grows silent. They've come here to demand that I violate the imperial law, but I will never accept such laziness in my city. Leave Enizat immediately before the gendarmes and legion force you out. The mob responds with a confused murmur. Huh? Eggman is baffled, disoriented, unsure of what to do. He's too slow to react. If you won't listen to reason, Captain? The magistrate gives the signal to attack. The legion soldiers form a square and advance on the miners, pushing them back onto their pikes. Swords begins hacking at the crowd from all sides, but the people refuse to surrender without a fight. Pickaxes and shovels become deadly weapons in the blink of an eye. You follow your brothers with your eyes. Under the magistrate command, the aristocrats rush at the miners. They slice through their front lines effortlessly, but go too far and find themselves surrounded. The flat end of the shovel connects to his severed head. Your brother falls. You dash to his side through the mob. The sea of humanity buffets you from side to side. You run to your brother, struggling to stay on your feet, tripping over the body of those who were not so fortunate. Miraculously, he has not been trampled. You lift Seven onto your shoulders and carry him through the thick of the fray. The way back is even worse. People are pushing, fleeing, shoving. Cobblestones and rock whistle above your head. But somehow, by strange fluke, you manage to escape. You carry your brother as far away from the chestnut as you can. You do not look back. Scumbo, how did you? You tell Stephen not to speak. He almost got his head cracked open. He just laughed. You rescued me, hey? Not bad for a commoner. He loses conscience again. You hear cries of victory behind you. The miners' march has ended in an ignominious defeat. It is thanks to his wealth and connection that Mayor Eggman is spared. All the blame is placed squarely on the miners and workers, and those who were unable to flee Enizot in time. 5 miners were publicly executed, and the mine owners face exorbitant fines. It will be long before the miners demand anything from nobility again. You'll be order +1, unrest. Well, it's only -1. Like just now, it's -2. Right? You're balancing things out very carefully. Okay, so let me see, what time is it now? It's been 2 hours. Okay, this will be the last one, okay? This will be the last one for today. For one more scene and then we'll end the stream. A holiday is coming, a day when the entire empire thanks the twins for the silver tree, the sign they left behind as a reminder of their eternal presence in this world. The momentous occasion is especially important for Enizot, but the clergy cannot agree on how best to celebrate it. Father Leonard has called for all worshippers of the twins to approach the temple of the silver tree and kneel before the sacred relic. But the all clergy balks at the idea of Leonard and the new believers leading the rituals. The day has come, an immense crowd is moving in a procession towards the temple near the silver tree, where Father Leonard awaits. But an inquisitor by the name of John stands in their way. He strikes a defiant pose. Confronted by a member of the Holy Order of the Inquisition, the procession reluctantly stops. People, turn back. Those who attend Leonard's rite will succumb to the new faith. Those who reject the Lord will defy their divine design. They are about to bring wrath of the gods down upon us all. Open your eyes, go back to your home, and pray to the twins. The procession wants to move, but the people are confused, until Father Leonard himself walks out to the temple to meet Jan face to face. People of Anazot, no one has the right to deny you the sacred ritual of worshipping the tree, not even the Inquisition. Is such denial not more likely to provoke the wrath of the twins? The Inquisition must know that the new faith does not seek to challenge or defy the twins. We are merely trying to correct the mistakes of those who come before us. We do not anger the twins, we were merely vexed who refuse to accept the dawn of New Age. Jan finds herself between a rock and a hard place. Seeing that she has no other choice, she lets the procession pass. The new faith number has swelled of late. It cannot be stopped now. Schism. Okay, we'll go until the end of the Festival of the Tree. Today is an important holiday. The entire empire is celebrating the Festival of the Silver Tree, which commemorates the parting gift of the twin gods, the divine sapling they planted in our mortal world, in the middle of Anazot. The families of the city spend the day in peace and quiet, contemplating the divine roots that shall join together all people, their bloodlines, and the entire empire. This reminds me of Attack on Titan, like the path. Mother has always overseen this holiday. The day before the festival seemed to have shaken off her usual apathy and engaged in the preparation with excitement. It was as though as her eldest has loosened its grip. Mother gathers the entire family for the holiday meal. Father is in high spirits today, sharing jokes with you and Nathan. Stephen is trying to suppress a typical agitation. Gloria is last to join you at the table. She's wearing new breeches with high stockings and yellow vests. Gloria, you're wearing man's clothes again. No, Mother, I'm wearing clothes women are forbidden to wear. Father gives Gloria a stern look. Stephen rolls his eyes but says nothing. Suddenly, Nathan speaks up. A few days ago, I saw a grocer dressed as overseer Gaius Tempus. He had a huge carrot for a scepter. He got a sound drubbing, of course, but until then, he was quite a hoot. The feast commences. Your home finally feels warm for a moment. It wasn't so long ago the four of you couldn't even reach up to this table. The first word you said, Gloria, was gimme, and Nathan used to cling up to my skirt all the time, almost tearing it, and you, Scummo, you couldn't talk at all yet, but your piercing stare was so expressive, it felt as if you were talking to me. Mother looks at Stephen and suddenly grows quiet. When I met Stephen, he was already 3 years old. He was so serious and smooth. A smooth talker to boot. I remember that he had a music teacher. He was too shy to play in front of me, so I used to listen from the next room. Stephen's face twitches. Your elder brother rises and moves to the old harpsichord. His fingers fly gracefully over the key. A melody fills the house, melancholy and sweet. The last note lingers in the air. Then silence falls. The family is awestruck. Words fail you all. Who wrote that? A nobleman from the capital? Between drinking a glass of wine and beating a servant? Your sister cutting remarks put an end to the warm, cozy atmosphere. Stephen calmly turns to face her. No, it was I who composed this masterpiece for this piece of music. It is called Mother. Mother rises to her feet. She would have needed help to do this just recently, but now she treads unassisted towards Stephen and draws him close. Stephen put his arm around his stepmother's waist and detached himself awkwardly. May the twin god bless you, Lydia. Gloria considered this scene with a thinly veiled fury in her eyes. Of course, high-born nobles like Stephen are made for the arts. They are the only one lucky enough to have a soul and experience inspiration, unlike us the low-born. We aren't supposed to feel anything but suffering, let alone express it in poetry. Everyone notices that Gloria is touching the pages in writing her poems. Your sister casts a mournful glance at the family, and her eyes rest on you. Appeal to mother. You walk up to mother, take her hand in yours, and whisper in her ear. It is time for her to interfere and save the family celebration. Mother nods understandingly. Gloria, my dear child, since you were little, I taught you to care for your soul, but I failed to convince you. Please, think about the family that took us in. I implore you, do not take on noble activities. Do not infringe upon the divine order. Now, the point is, I think that Gloria is noble by birth, supposedly, but then that she was not recognized by the family, by the father. Can't remember. She's not the daughter of Robert, okay, somebody else. Then I bet down the line we're gonna find out who. Like I say, I think it's Milanadas. Gloria's face flushes red with fury. She clasps the pages to her chest. That's right, mother, since I was little. Do you think I'm not reminded with every breath I take of all the things I'm forbidden to do because I'm a lowborn? My dear girl, listen to me. There's more to life than you and your aspirations. You're a member of the Brante family, and your family is part of greater universe. Your actions affect us all. We are not isolated. You're being watched by the city, by the empire, by twin gods themselves. So I'm not allowed to bear your name, but I still bear all the responsibility that come with it? What hypocrisy! Gloria runs out of the room, outraged and tearful. The family is left dumbfounded. Finally, Stephen speaks. I hope, Lydia, that you can still make her see reason. Your words are wise. Let us heed them to ourselves. The celebration continues despite Gloria's absence. Harmony. Ooh, a moment of respite. Wait. Is this where? Is this where we are gonna like have unity? Because that's gonna make a great for thumbnail. Okay, fine. We'll go through this one more. You work for the day is finally done. You hurry to the family home, where peace and tranquility dwell again at last. Still, you have grown accustomed to the idea that this peace could be disturbed at any moment. As you enter, Father walks down the stairs to greet you. He smiles happily and warmly. Skamu, my dear son, you're spending so much time at work. Look, you can barely stand. You need some rest. Please, stay at home with us for a while. Surely your work can wait. You've earned yourself a moment of respite. You consider his words for a moment and agree. Overjoyed, your father takes your hand and leads you to the sitting room. You spend several days resting in the family home, where your troubles are distant and your family is close. They tell you their news, you carefully share yours. You spend the evening together on the porch just like the good old days, listening to father's stories of your family history, sharing laughter over memories of childhood. It is late now. Cicadas buzz quietly in the garden. The windows of the bedrooms glow in warm light. You recline in a wicker chair with a glass of good wine. There is no place like home. Ooh, 30. Nice. We can do anything. Okay, I think this is where we should stop. Okay, like we went through a lot. Tomorrow we're gonna continue this again, and by going through this, I feel like we should go for, like, after we end this, this slotless run, we're gonna go for like the prophet run, maybe, because like, it seems that we can have like some sort of like epiphany and become like a new prophet. So I'm interested in that. I'm interested in that. Okay, so with that said, I'll end the stream here and I'll continue this tomorrow. Okay, and hopefully we can see to the end of this chapter, because it is quite heavy. Like, if I'm not wrong, we are just about to reach the half-point mark. Okay, so yeah, that's the plan, and hopefully things will go well. Okay, now I'm gonna end the stream, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.